Hey guys, so after watching some of Brandon's videos, I decided to go work on some slides myself. The first one I'm going to do is the power slide. No problem here. I do it on my dominant side and I practice doing it at various lengths of slides. So I'll try to do it for a long slide, or I'll try to stop abruptly, just to get a feel for it. And after that, I'll do the same slide, but I'll do it switch. I like to practice most of what I know switch. I could still slide, but I can't really control the length of the slide as much as the other leg, and my rotation is kind of off, but I can still pull it off. So this next slide, I really don't know the name, but it's essentially two sequential slides. I start doing a power slide with my right leg, which is my dominant leg, but it's only partial, and I use it to pivot and then break into another power slide, but with my left leg. And here I like to think this is the final evolution of all the slides that were before this. It's a double power slide. So essentially what I do is it's similar to the other slide, where I start a power slide with my dominant leg and then I rotate backwards, but this time I incorporate my left leg and I try to have both legs sliding simultaneously. I tend to have my right leg being the dominant slide leg, and you can kind of see it. And this is evident in the fact that I veer to the right more than the left. And ideally, if it was a 50-50 slide, I would just look directly backwards. So this here is actually my quote-unquote soul slide. In reality, it's kind of lost between a soul and a plow, mostly because of the stance. It's really a soul slide because the only leg sliding is the one that's in front of me, and if it was a plow, I believe both legs would be sliding. Though it's not very pretty, it's somewhat functional, and I can definitely use it to kill some speed. Next up is the switch side, and it's terrible looking. It's essentially a plow, definitely not a soul, and it needs a lot of work. So now continuing with inside edge slides, I'm trying to do the magic here, and I can arguably do the magic, but if you look carefully, my trailing leg doesn't really slide that much. It kind of just stutters or gets left behind, forcing me to do a split. So as far as like forcing it to be a stop, I can pull it off, but if I try to slide it, it doesn't really work out too well. So this here is my magic stop on my switch side, and my biggest problem here is actually I'm bad at rotating this direction, so I tend to overspin, but it's definitely not as good as my natural side. Next we have the acid slide, and this is one of those things I don't generally do too much. It's not a functional stop, so I'm kind of rusty at it, but I'm still able to pull it off. I can't do this switch. I can only do this on one side, unfortunately. Lastly is my hockey stop, quote unquote, but it's more like a power stop or a V stop. I have a hard time having my trailing leg slide on its outside edge. It's mostly just me sliding on my forward leg, the inside edge leg. I think it's just mostly because I don't want to fall right now, and if you fall in this trick, it's generally when you over outside edge. This is why I don't like performing this trick in general, because I don't really have it down yet, and in a practical sense, if I was in the street, a wipeout of me just completely falling on the floor would be pretty terrible, so I kind of stay away from it. I haven't done this in a really long time, and it's evident it's totally fallen apart. So that's it for the video, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.